Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Show here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, quite a number of things have happened. We had Deku, and we also had Kara. Now, these two, they had quite a bit going on. They have already spent almost 3 months in prison. Right now, Deku, he was trying to teach Kara how to handle herself without her powers, because they got in trouble on the first day. And somebody right now, they want a bit of revenge. Now, both Deku and Kara, they know about it now, but they have not yet even really talked about it. Now, these two have a bit of an unspoken plan. Both of them, they want to find Kandor, the city Brainiac took, the city of Kryptonians Brainiac may have in custody. Right now, there is a chance that the city of Krypton, the last city of Krypton, might still exist. Now, Kara, she's a bit terrified to encounter Brainiac, but Deku, he's actually a bit intrigued. He doesn't know who Brainiac is, but the way she talks about him, he's definitely somebody. Now, with that, there actually is Deku and Kara. These two, for the next week, they continue doing what they can. They go to work. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They use the free time they have in their cells before it lights out to either train or try to talk a bit more. Relax, work out, take a fucking nap. Who cares? They got time. That's all they're doing. That's all they're serving is time. And right now, Deku, he actually is going over a few things in his head. Right now, it's lights out. And right now, he actually does lay there. Eyes closed, thinking about it. A construct is made of light. Okay, so let's imagine a few things. A construct of a fist. Okay, that's pretty solid. Make it bigger, larger. Now, what would they do? Deku holding out his hand. And right now he does focus on his fist. Him going to look forwards and imagine it flying out in front of him, smashing and knocking away somebody, using it to grab somebody, or blasting rage directly at an opponent. There definitely is a lot you can do there. But then again, what else can they do? What else can rage do? Now, there actually is where Deku and Kara, when the two do wake up the next morning, they actually are told somebody wants to speak to them. Now, Deku and Kara, they're pulled aside. And some people, they actually do pay attention to that when it does happen in the morning. They're a bit confused. There's very few reasons why they'd be talked to. Either those two are about to be transferred somewhere else, or someone's here to talk to them. Now, right now a few people have rumors go through their mind. They have the idea these two, they might either be cops or possible snitches for police, for the people in charge here. These aren't the good guys. Right now, though, these guys have been getting into a bit of trouble here and there. They don't fit in with the bad apples. And, well, this right now, it does weigh in on that little rumor. Now, Deku and Kara, they actually do get pulled aside by Green Lanterns. And right now, whenever they do see Hal Jordan, Hal, he does stand there. Him actually a bit more surprised. Now, Hal will come to walk over and express bringing up his ring. Oh, thank God. Now, Hal gonna grab onto their restraints, turning to somebody and informing them. He wants these undone right now. He needs to take these two back to their home. they were falsely imprisoned. Now, Hal Jordan would actually want to turn back to Deku when he would get to tell Hal about what happened. And Hal would try to at least explain. He knows, he saw. He doesn't care. Right now, they're heading back. Now, Deku does turn to Hal Jordan, and Hal would try to explain. Him turning back to Deku before he does open his mouth. No, he doesn't want to hear an excuse. He doesn't care for what reason, doesn't care why, what happened. He just assumes Atrocitus fucked them over. He doesn't care. The guy probably promised them something or tried to sweet talk them. So hey, they'll deal with this back on Earth. Clark will talk to them, and right now Deku, he actually going to throw up his hands. Him going to smash Hal across the face. Now, Hal finally does get a step back. And right now many of the Green Lanterns who were watching Mr. Jordan become a egotistical dipshit, they do watch him go right back down to the regular Hal Jordan. As Hal will get a step forwards, shouting at Deku. He's here to help him, and he swings on him. Now, Deku would tell Hal, shut the fuck up. Now, Hal does stare at Deku, and Deku would express to him, both of them murdered 100 Green Lanterns. Together. Their combined might on Oa wrecked part of the planet. That's why they're serving time here in prison. Now, Kara will go to explain. Yeah, it's more than that too. Right now, the Guardians, they're going to give them back their rings when they get out. They still got 3 months to go. Now, Hal, he actually has to take a bit of a breath. Oh, thank God. 3 months. Okay, so he doesn't have to do a full prison break thing. Now, Hal, he would try to tell the two. Thank God. Superman, he'd probably kill him if the two were going to die in prison. Especially out in space. So, he's going to try and pull some strings and see what he can do. Now, Hal going to turn, and Deku would tell Mr. Jordan. Hal thinks that he's special, doesn't he? Now, the man would turn and make a snide remark, to which Deku would tell the man to actually be serious here. Now, Hal would turn back to Deku, and Deku would tell him, right now he thinks he's in charge. Right now he thinks he's important just because he wears that fucking ring. On Earth, he's a hero, yes, but out here, he's a cop. Right now, he's one of the boys in blue. Or should he be saying one of the boys in green? Right now, Jordan needs to be aware. He is a mildly famous cop when it comes to the entire universe. On Earth, he's a superhero. Billions could adore him. But what about out here? Out here, billions adore him. But what does that really mean when it comes to space? Not just one planet. Now, Hal actually is going to swing on Deku. And right now, Deku, whenever he does going to pull his head back, he's going to throw up his leg. Him smashing it into Jordan's gut. And right now, Deku, he's going to bring up both of his hands. Him actually going to grab onto Hal's wrist as Deku is going to throw his hand upwards, grabbing and pulling off his ring. And right now, Jordan, he actually would go to hold his hands up as Deku, he actually just hold up Hal's ring, showing him, isn't that something, huh? Now, Deku going to drop it to the ground, and Hal would actually someone going to bring his hand up as it does float over and back onto his finger. Him going to stand back up and telling Deku, he came here to help him. Right now, enjoy, have fun. Now, Hal will going to fly away, and right now the other lanterns, they're not going to say anything about this. And Kara, she actually would stare at Hal Jordan when he does leave. The guy, he's losing it. Deku and Kara, these two go back into the prison system. And Kara herself actually was a bit intrigued. The way Hal was talking, acting, yeah, he was definitely off. But then again, he's still Hal Jordan. I mean, shit. They could have asked questions, maybe. talk, see what they could do? Now, that does go through Kara's mind. They lost their best chance to actually talk with the outside world. I mean, not just outside world, their world. And that does throw her off. Maybe she should have asked something. But Hal Jordan seemed like he needed to hear that. Now, Kara right now, she does have a lot go through her mind. As after lunch and work, she does go to join some people in the showers. Now, right now Kara, she does try to go through her routine. She still has hot water. Then again, how about a bit of a cold shower on the hot day? Yeah, she'll enjoy that. Now, Kara, she does have a lot go through her mind. As well, she actually does go through, well, the routine of letting the water run down her face and trying to enjoy it. Somebody does come walking up behind her. And whenever they do call out towards Kara, Kara will get a turn. As right now they do rush towards her, holding up what looks like a knife. Now, right now Kara, she does try to defend herself. And right now there actually is Deku. Deku himself is in the showers. And right now he does stand there looking up and listening to the water. And right now Deku, he would hear something as he hear the wet footsteps. Him gonna turn as somebody, they do come running up. Now, they immediately try to rush Deku. And Deku, he looked down at the weapon. Him going to jump out of the way into the right. Bring his hand down and going to smash them directly into their wrist. Bringing his right hand outwards and grabbing at the knife. Now, they go grab around the handle. Before pulling back what looks like a sharpened horn. Now, there actually is back with Kara. Right now, Kara, she did face off against the person who they seem to be a bit mad with her. So, this might be a bit fun. Now, Kara and this person do begin a fight. And right now we do actually have Deku. A few of the guys in the shower, they were going to step out of the way of this. Right now it looks like the bipedals are fighting. So, yeah, they're just going to stay around and out of here. Then again, maybe they're in the splash zone. Now, there is Deku, who right now he does have the knife, and he currently is trying to dodge out of the way of the guy who he's trying to slash at Deku, with at least 2 different knives from multiple points. Now, the guy does talk about it. Him bring up his hands and going to spin the blades. Him toss them between both pairs of hands. Where is the knife? Where is it? Is it in this hand? Nope. Is it in this hand? Nope. Oh no, wait. It was in this hand. Him throwing up his upper right hand. Before expressing it, he's going to throw it down to his lower right hand. It does seem to be interesting, doesn't it? 2 against 4. So let's see what 2 can do. Now, they're going to stand there. And right now, whenever the guy does come rushing forwards with a knife, Deku, he does go to plant his feet. This is definitely going to hurt. Okay, so he got the other guy's knife. Take him out, then he'll be fine. Deku going to bring the knife up. And right now he'll go to attack the guy's right arm. Before going to take a step a bit to the right. And the guy, he does have his knife arm attacked. As the other knife does go plunging directly into Deku's side. And right into his leg. Now, Deku is pushed backwards. And right now, whenever he does go to grab at the knife in the other guy's hand, he'll go to bring it up and slash it across his throat. Before, there actually is where Deku, he does feel somebody smash into him. Now, the person they smashed into him because, well, that was their friend. And they may not have not wanted to be a part of this, but they're dead. And right now we do actually have the other guy who Deku stole their knife from. They're rushing over. And right now Deku would go to see them. And he does have a few ideas. Okay, this may not be good. Now, Deku gonna throw back his head, smashing into this person's face as whenever he is let go, he would go to throw one of the knives. It flying through the air and smashing into the man's shoulder. Before Deku would turn and spin. Him going to bring up the knife as right now he would going to push the person directly into the wall and tell them they really decided to fuck with the wrong guy. Now, the person is holding their hands up and expressing, can he take a step back? Deku looking down. Oh. Him going to do so. My bad. Now, Deku would go to stare at the guy, telling him, hey, eyes up here. Now, the guy would go to at least comment. Deku's still covered in blood. Does that matter right now? No, you're right. But, never mind. Now, Deku gonna tell the guy, fuck off. As right now he gonna turn and bolt. Now, there actually was Kara. Kara, she was not having fun. The person actually was able to slash her across the arm. And right now, this isn't good. She's actually able to dodge out of the way, but she can't grab to disarm. Okay, shit. The person slashing the blade directly in front of her. Before Kara will get a dodge again, her actually being nicked in the side of the face. Before she'll go to bring her hand up and go to look at how much blood's coming out. Now, Kara actually will get a hold onto her face, as right now she actually does continue to try and dodge. And right now she actually would try to defend at least her throat and her body. As whenever she actually does get a chance to, she will go to throw out her hand, the one covered in all the blood. Now, the person, they did come rushing at Kara. And right now whenever Kara, she threw up her hand, she tried to smash the person upwards and into their arm, trying to make them let go of the knife. As she did that with her left hand, she used her right to smear the blood across their face. Now, right on the person, they went falling and letting go. However, there actually was where they did go to push Kara into the floor. Now, Kara hit the ground, and right after doing so, she would try to get back up and look around. But the shower room, it's strange. People, it's warm, cold, hot. The floor just feels weird, different temperatures. Her trying to look around. And right now she actually would see it in the red blood. Her trying to crawl over, as right now the person, they actually bend down and smack her across the face with her foot. Before telling Kara, as they do start to kick her, that they really shouldn't have fucked with her friend. They really should have done it a lot. Right now things, they're not good. Right now things are, this being where a knife does directly smash into that person's side. And Deku, he actually going to step forwards, expressing to that person, maybe not. Before Deku going to turn to Kara and shout at her to pick up the fucking weapon. Now, Kara would actually someone going to turn, staring at Deku confused, before going to turn back and grab the blade. Her actually getting up onto her feet and stabbing the person right in the chest. And right now we do actually have where a few people, they were all crowding around. And whenever the guards did go to make their rounds again, about 10 minutes later from when the prisoners first started showering, they found quite the sight. Grisly, to say the least. An injured inmate. And a dead body. Or, at least for the woman's and the men's, 2 dead men and 1 dead female alien. So, that is say quite a lot, doesn't it? Now, Deku and Kara, they were given treatment for their attacks, from what prisoners said. And right now, yeah, the 2 dudes sit in their jail cells. And Kara just talked about how Deku, he was watching the whole time, wasn't he? Like some sort of pervert. No. Listen, I got attacked. So I came to investigate. I can promise you all I did was open my eyes to throw the knife. I wasn't trying to peek on you. You totally were, weren't you? her actually jumping off of her bed, turning back to Deku, expressing she bets that he got a whole view, and it must have been real good, wasn't it? Especially because Izuku, he shouldn't have been there. Now, Deku would tell Kara all he did was try to check up on and see if she was okay. He peeked in, saw she was in trouble. He heard the struggle. He heard the fight. And, well, it seems like she didn't really spend a lot of time on one little facet of their training. How to actually fight the other person. Yes, she knows how to dodge. That's a pretty good lesson to learn. Then again, yeah, some people struggle with it. Now, Deku, he's proud of her for that. She learned something. But now she needs to learn another thing. Now she needs to learn to be on guard and be ready to throw a fucking haymaker if you need to. Now, Kara, she is a bit annoyed. Still at Deku for being there to save her. Especially the way she was. Now, Deku, he does still understand it. He thinks like a soldier. Kara doesn't. And that's why Kara doesn't see it his way. Now, these two, they actually do try to at least finish out their sentence without a lot happening. People don't really try to mess with them now. I mean, they actually killed people in prison. And they're acting like they didn't do a lot. But right now, there's another thing that Kara, she does want to focus on. And she would finally go to voice it to Deku, as it's their last night in prison. And Kara, she got over that whole shower incident. Right now, though, while that's in the back of her mind, she has a few other things in front of her mind. A few of the things that Izuku's taught her. The lessons, the things, I mean, hell, it was good. Nice even. But she does know one thing. They missed his birthday. So there is that. Why doesn't Duvel celebrate? Hey Duvel. What is it? What's what? When's your birthday? I don't know. Records show just a few days before Krypton exploded, I was born. I don't know, exactly 7, 8, maybe? Or no, was it? Trying to compare Krypton's calendar to Earth's is weird. Yeah, I know. Anyways, when's your birthday? I think it's 12 days before Krypton blew up. Really? Yeah. Clark said his was hours before Krypton's blew up. He was just born. He was a day old. He was. Yeah. Still newborn. Less than 24 hours, if I remember correctly. My dad, his dad, all in a panic. Everyone thought they were crazy. In fact, I think I even remember your dad. He talked about it as well. Duvel, how much do you know about your father? My father? My father was a good man, I believe. Records show he was someone who followed orders. He did things well. He was a good soldier. And many people viewed him as a hero. A hero. Yeah. Admirable position, however. In this case here. Then again, there's also my mom. Your mother? Yeah. Marquis odd. Marquis. Yeah. I don't know. I think if she ever had a human name, I'd pronounce it as Marilyn. Or Michelle, maybe? I don't know. Marquis Zod. I haven't said that name in a long time. You don't speak about them? No. Again, I just know their names, their faces, and the advice I can get from them. That's it. Mainly just dear old dad, though. Now, Carl go to Express. What if there was information in Candor about it? Hmm? Candor. I'm just saying, a few months before Krypton's destruction, that's when Brainiac hit. Candor, it might have records on your family house. Really? Yeah. Yeah. So, you want to find it? I do. For a lot of reasons. Do you think that we could go for it before we go back to Earth? I mean, if there's something there, then we can tell Cal, try and cheer him up. I know if he went to a planet full of Kryptonians, he'd probably be better, maybe? Let's try and set it up first. Then let Hal, then let Cal come visit. I think it could help him out a lot with Lois. Maybe. Maybe he could blow some steam in a city full of Kryptonians. Maybe I could find family. Hmm? What? Nothing. It's just. I thought about the first thing I want to eat when I get back to Earth. Really? Yeah. I want a milkshake full of candy. Sounds so good. Ooh, it does sound good. But what about something chocolatey? Like a candy bar that you can put or dip in a milkshake? No. What about fluffy? Like a cake? Ooh, ooh. Or, um, banana bread. I really love that stuff. You know something I miss? What is it? Ma Kent's Ma Kent's pie. She made a pretty good pecan pie. Even cherry. Or peach. I remember the one she made for us for the whole team. Wally loved it. Yeah, he did. Next year, though, it was a bit awkward. Hmm? What do you mean? We, we never told Wally about the second pie. You're right. Then again, he still ate a good portion of the pie. Yeah. But what about. Never mind. What about what? Things with. Never mind. Now, Deku, he does hear Kara lay there. Right now, she does have a few things in her head. Going through. And there's a few things going through Deku's head. Deku's worried about Cass. all of a sudden he vanishes off of the face of the earth. That's not a good sign. I mean, he didn't even get to leave a note. Say something? Ah, fuck. They left off on a bad spot, too. Shit. Okay. Did he fuck up? I mean, him and Kara have been getting pretty close. And things with Cass, they got bad, but he doesn't want to two-timer out here. But Kara has been growing on him, too. Now, with that being said, right now Deku is unaware as to a few things. Right now on Earth, a lot's been happening in the last 6 months. The death of Dick Grayson, the death of Green Arrow, Oliver Queen, and sadly, something else has happened. Right now, Deku, he's unaware as to the fact that Superman, he trapped the Young Justice team in the Phantom Zone. And he did that a long time ago. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.